Hello everyone, I'm Arsenal back to another video. So guys, today I'm going to do a complete trailer breakdown of the Marvel Spider-Man 2 story trailer. So we've had like over a day to marinate over this trailer to find new Easter eggs, and that's pretty much what I'm going to bring to you guys today in this video. So if you guys think you're going to enjoy the video, subscribe and leave a like, and don't forget to bring on that notification bell to let you guys know when I upload a new video. So you have here the trailer. It looks great. So yeah, let's watch it. So here we have a scene between Peter and Harry, and this scene probably is early on in the game where Harry finds Peter and they're probably going throughout New York, having a trip down memory lane, and they're probably gonna go to Midtown High School, which is the school where they both went to in the comics. And in this scene, they're probably talking about everything that has happened in the past 10 years since Harry's been, sick, let's say. And looks like Harry is now having almost a full recovery compared to the other games where he was bald and had a symbiote in him. In this part of the game, I don't know if the symbiote is in Harry yet. Maybe it is. But in the other games, we saw that the symbiote is actually rejecting Harry's body since the symbiote needs a host to be at least alive. In Harry's case, he was barely living, and the symbiote was really the only thing keeping him alive at that time. So looks like Harry's uh, most used catchphrase, let's say, is "We're going to heal the world," which is a line that's very important for later in the trailer, which I will get onto in a minute. So here we have our first look at Peter and Miles in their new advanced suits. In my opinion, the biggest glow up in terms of suits, it's Peter's. The colors look more like they're supposed to look like compared to the first game. The design overall looks cleaner. And overall just a better suit. But now Miles' suit also has an upgrade, which is the longer stripes. And yeah, really excited to see how both of the suits will look in action. So in this scene, looks like we're in Brooklyn's Vision's Academy. We see that by the blue and yellow colors out there in the basketball fields, and we know that those are the prime colors of the school because in Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales in the New Game Plus suit, I think, or the 100% suit, I don't remember. The suit where Miles, basically the suit that Miles was wearing at the end of the Turf Force DLC in Marvel Spider-Man Remastered, which is basically Miles with a mask, with a jacket, and a T-shirt of the school where he was in. In Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, it was the Brooklyn Visions Academy, and we saw that same no colors in the shirt with the blue and the yellow. So I'm thinking this is Brooklyn Visions Academy. Yeah, let's continue. So here we have Coney Island, which is one of the new locations that this game will make available to players. We know that the map is supposed to be 2 times bigger than it was in the previous game, so it's going to be a lot of fun to web swing and web glide throughout the city. And here we have Easter eggs towards two villains from the comics, which is out here Big Wheel, which is what you might expect, like a guy in a wheel suit, basically. Will be like one of those fairy wheels like is here in the background. And here we have this game thing called Hydro something, which I really can't read the bottom word. But it's definitely a reference to Hydro Man, which is also a villain in the comics. And this villain, I think, was exposed to some type of radioactive matter that made him get the ability to control water. And this character was kind of present in the MCU so far already in Spider-Man Far From Home, where he was actually an elemental created by Mysterio. But I don't know if we're ever gonna get like Hydro Man in a game or a movie. But yeah. So here we have Miles finally meeting Harry. We see here the new designs for almost every character. We see that Miles now has longer hair compared to the other games.
You know who this motherfucker look like, low-key? Look!
Peter has also a haircut, which I really don't like how it looks. I really think that Insomniac should have kept Ben Jordan's actual hair like he has in real life, and I think they really should have had like a stubble to make Peter look his age. Because if I'm not mistaken, in the first Spider-Man game, he was 23, since it was, yeah, he's been Spider-Man for 8 years. So I'm guessing this, since this is after Miles Morales, this is probably set 10 years after Peter got his powers. Yeah. We also see our new design for MJ, which we're probably going to talk about later in the trailer, since we really don't get a great look at it. But yeah. So here we have Miles asking Peter if he will still have time to do Spider-Man stuff with him. And in this trailer, we get the sense that Miles is more focused about being a great Spider-Man, as we'll listen on later in the trailer. But it looks like Peter is getting more distracted with stuff since Harry's back, probably. He wants to spend time with his best friend, which he hasn't seen for over a decade, maybe. So looks like Miles is mostly worried about becoming Spider-Man. So here we have probably a new goon type that we're gonna have to fight in this game, kind of similar to the to Martin Lee's demons and the Silver Sable's goons, and this is probably an adaptation or Easter egg to the villain Grizzly in the comics, which is basically a guy who just like a bear, and he's a villain. So here we get a new look and a better look at Peter's new advanced suit, and as you guys saw, is a much better design compared to the first game. One thing I really don't like about this suit is how the white lines are looking throughout the suit, which is basically, dividing the red section from the blue. I really don't like how those look. I think they should have opted with a black version, or maybe just like a red. But yeah. So here we get another photo of the gameplay with the web wings, and now this time with Peter actually using the web wings in his advanced suit. And something I'm interested to see how it will work in the actual game is how the web wings work for different suits. For example, the advanced suit is made to have the wings, but for example, the arachnite suit, which is one of the suits that coming with the pre-order bonuses, along with Shadow Spider for Miles. Both the suits have capes, and they're not meant to have web wings. So I'm interested to see if this will be kind of like Arkham and give them, the wings as their glider. But for example, for other suits, for example, imagine if they do like a classic suit, like a suit that Peter made for himself when he first became Spider-Man, before the better Spider-Man suit, like a classicer suit. Like the weapons probably look different. So I'm interested to see how they will work for different types of suits that probably weren't meant to have the web wings. So here I have our good look at MJ's new design. As we see, she left the whole ponytail thing from the first game, and she obviously looks much better, probably because of the graphics and everything. And one thing I'm really happy that the Insomniac did with this game is having these characters actually look their age instead of them looking like they're like still teenagers. So yeah, so here we see an interesting image of Peter Parker in this type of suit serving food, probably. Um, there's either two options for this. Either he loses his a teacher job and he's looking for a new job and eventually lands this one, but I don't really think that's the case. I'm thinking this is probably like an undercover mission where Peter's probably in a mansion of someone rich, and trying to get intel on everything. So here we see final confirmation to whether the symbiote is man-made or of alien origin like in the comics, and thankfully is alien origin, because I really don't think anyone would have liked to see a man-made symbiote. I'm pretty sure that this was already a made concept before in, I think, an animated show. I really don't remember which, but it's cool to see like this that Insomniac shows the alien rock, obviously. So here we see our return of Martin Lee, aka Mr. Negative, from the first game. So this mission looks like it will be some type of invasion on the raft. The raft is the prison where pretty much every villain from the first game went at the end of the first game. And here we have Martin Lee coming back. There's also theories that Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin, might also show up in the sequence, since I'm pretty sure in some part of Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, he was threatening Miles, saying that he was going after him.
Can you help me run a hybrid attack?
Sure, but first try VANESSA.
Vanessa?
If this setup belongs to who I think it does...
What is this? Who are you?
Oh, crap.
Fisk.
A child playing dress-up, pretending to be Spider-Man.
I can sever the connection from here. Just keep him talking.
Fisk, I stop what you're doing in Harlem. You're done in my neighborhood.
Your neighborhood? How touching. You'll learn that when you cross me, the people you want to protect are the ones who suffer.
What did that mean?
I don't know. But we have to find out.
So Wilson Fisk and a ton of other villains might be coming back, along with Otto Octavius, which is Doc Ock, which is the pretty much the mentor figure for Peter in the first Spider-Man game. And here we see Miles is gonna have to confront Martin Lee because Martin Lee is responsible for his father's death, which is the reason why Miles moved to Harlem.
Yes?
I've worked many years for this moment.
Who is this?
Over the coming days, your company, your city, and everything you care about will be destroyed. People will beg you for help, but you won't be able to save them.
Listen, jackass. I get threats like this twice a week. Why don't you grow a pair and tell me what you want?
To watch you suffer.
So looks like in this raft mission, Miles will probably get the beating of his life. I mean, Mr. Nega's gonna have the beating of his life. And here we see this new villain, which is pretty much confirmed right now to be the Wraith. Wraith is a character from the comics, which has the identity of Yuri Watanabe. If you guys recognize that name, she was the police officer that was working with Spider-Man throughout the whole game story, and as we saw throughout all the DLCs, she was slowly turning evil. She at the end of I think the second DLC, she was really about to kill Hammerhead. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure the turn of Yuri was because a lot of her men were dying, and she pretty much blamed Spider-Man for every death. So she really turned bad and started, killing. And here we see that Rio Morales talking with Spider-Man about Miles. I don't really think Rio knows that Peter is Spider-Man. And she's saying that Miles pretty much is focused on being a better Spider-Man and only that he really wants to help Peter in his missions. And Miles' mother is pretty much not happy with that. So yeah. So here we see Miles asking what's going on with Pete. Obviously, in this point in the story, Peter will have the symbiote already, and the suit looks really great. So here we see this interesting shot of MJ hiding from symbiote Peter. No, there's a lot of things that could be happening in this sequence. This is probably like an MJ mission, and honestly, I'm happy that this is an MJ mission. And I just hope that these are not too annoying like they were in the first game, where Peter straight up hated MJ missions. But it looks like in this scene, we're going to be playing it as MJ, probably hiding from symbiote Spider-Man in order to get in somewhere, in some place. And it looks like in the background, we see that Peter is now having like 4 spider legs. It looks like Peter is going on to the darker side. And looks like Venom is really taking over Peter. The symbiote is taking over Peter's personality and everything. So this will definitely be a great mission, like a really good mission in the game. So here we see Miles is probably in Craven's trophy room, let's say. We see a lot of goons, especially with robots with yellow lights. So this is probably a Craven's trophy room, involved with the goons and everything. We see a deer head on the wall. So it's most definitely Craven's trophy room. So here we see the lizard. It looked like this is probably after the water sequence from the gameplay trailer, and it looks like they're showcasing the symbiote's weaknesses in the trailer already. We see that the lizard's scream is really damaging the symbiote, as we see Peter with his hands on his head and everything. And to see how the sounds really affect the symbiote in a hard way. Here we see a shot of Harry Osborn, probably in his house, his mansion. It looks like he was walking with a cane, like the Kingpin has. It looks like whatever the scientists did to heal Harry is probably not working, and it's gonna not last very long, as we see, obviously. And this is probably a point of the mission where Harry finally confronts the symbiote after Peter takes it off. Harry finds the symbiote and therefore turns into Venom. So because why wouldn't Harry be walking with a cane if he had the symbiote in him, to heal him? Here we see this great shot of the symbiote suit. It looks like in this scene, looks like he's really getting out of control. Looks like Venom is taking over because of all the enemies attacking Spider-Man. He's probably he's gonna burst. Here we see a look at Miles' new abilities. And something I've noticed is that if you see the arms, and especially the fingertips of both arms, they seem to be going yellow. So it looks like Miles will have both of those abilities, both the Venom abilities from the Miles Morales game, and new abilities which are going to be, the blue attacks. I'm thinking that the Venom abilities are probably just going to be the ones coming from the inside him over to his limbs. On contrary to the blue abilities, probably going to be, like the thunder abilities, like we saw in the gameplay trailer, with him having the ability to like a Hadouken or a Kamehameha, and the ability to teleport, I think. So here we see this shot of Norman and Harry talking in that room, along with the symbiote behind. So I don't know in which part of the game this is. Probably before Harry becomes Venom, maybe. But I don't know how this is gonna fit up with Peter also having a symbiote and everything. So yeah, if I were to guess, this is probably before Harry turns to Venom. Throwing his glass against a window. This is probably after Harry getting some bad news, probably, or maybe this is just a friendly nod to the Amazing Spider-Man 2 scene where Harry's getting pretty much pissed with Peter.
You're a fraud, Spider-Man!
And here we have this great shot of Harry looking at the city, behind like a broken gel cell, maybe because of the spikes and everything, with the Venom saying, "We're going to heal the world," which is when that classic Tony Todd voice. We should really need to hear just because. That was so good. Okay. And here we have Venom fighting one of Craven's helicopters. And here we have that great shot that we got like 2 days or 1 day prior to the event. This really looks great. I love the design, I love the spider. I love that it's not the classic thing, the classic logo. It looks like Venom is fighting Craven's goons in this scene. So this is probably a scene where Venom finds Venom, discovers him, and is now going after him. So that's going to be a pretty great mission. And I wonder if in this mission we will be able to play as Venom. I think that would be really cool. I think that's pretty much it. We have like 15 seconds left, be title cards and everything. So it doesn't really matter. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and comment below. We got started of this breakdown if you guys are excited for Marvel Spider-Man 2. I'm Neil. Peace out. Take care.